Captain, you are in the Undine battle zone. Our goal is to close fluidic rifts to destroy Undine planet killers. Here is our plan. This is a map of the battle zone. We have 3 different methods of closing the rifts. When a rift is open, the area is red. When we close a rift, it will change to blue. Closing rifts advances our progress, shown by this meter. When it is full, we can launch our attack on the planet killers. We must defeat at least 1 planet killer for the operation to be considered a success.
Good luck.
You are in a battle zone. The goal of a battle zone is to capture and hold the majority of points.
What do you need?
Your map shows which points are controlled by allies and enemies. The overall status of the zone
at a
is
Romulan
displayed
point.
here. Activate Romulan satellites to move the singularity forward. Undine will attempt to polarize other satellites to move the singularity's direction. You are at a Klingon point. Activate Klingon satellite. Disable the rifts. Each satellite can only be active for 3 minutes before its power will fail.
Voyager is here. We shall provide support against Species 8472.
What do you need? The Voth previously held this section of the sphere until the Undine arrived. They launched their planet killers to destroy the Voth dreadnoughts, and then began to open rifts into fluidic space. We are tasked with what do you need? What do you need?
Jolan True. Your efforts are appreciated. Last time on Star Trek Online.
We are fighting a war on multiple fronts. We have to consider the Borg, the Undine, and the Romulans, as well as the Klingons.
I see now my deception has been exposed. Starfleet has lost too many ships and too many good men and women to a fight we now know was caused by Iconian and Undine influence.
Is that...
An Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Into the gateway, now!
Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Sir, we've been scanning the gateway. The monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. We are within the Solanae Dyson Sphere, a spherical structure built around a star.
We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space.
It now appears that the Jenolan Sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Solanae, and moved to this location.
You're not Cooper.
We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat. The Undine are a threat to us all. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy.
And now, the continuation.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. I will admit that I did not expect to be here with Voyager again. It is agreeable. Thank you for agreeing to attend this conference and supporting my position on the Undine. However, reaching a consensus today will be difficult. Many different agendas will be represented here today. I will speak to you in person shortly. Tuvok out.
Welcome to the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. Please beam down to these coordinates.
Good to see you. I'd say you're right on time, but it looks like everyone else wants to be fashionably late. We're still finishing preparations for the conference, and Admiral Tuvok is already there. The Klingon and Romulan delegates will arrive.
Thank you for joining us here. We need assistance with preparations for the conference. The Romulan and Klingon delegations are still in private deliberations, but other delegates are arriving. Several preliminary tasks remain before we can begin the presentation.
This Cardassian thug is trying to push Bajor out of this conference. We have as much of a right to be represented here as any other world, more than the Cardassians. They're not even part of the Federation.
I simply inquired about the ambassador's presence at the conference. After all, Bajor is a member of the Federation. Ambassador Sugihara is capable of representing them, along with the Deltans, Andorians, Vulcans, and everyone else, even the Tellarites, though I suspect they'd argue that point rather robustly. Indeed. One wonders how well that gateway would have fared if Deep Space Nine was of Bajoran manufacture, rather than Cardassian. The Federation's track record on wormhole security is far from ideal. One only needs to consider the multiple Dominion occupations of the station for proof of that point.
The Federation has never made a policy of preventing member worlds from overseeing their own interests in conjunction with Federation efforts. Or is Bajor going to be treated differently than other member worlds?
Well said. Perhaps there's hope for this conference yet. I'm quite...
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Where do you want me posted, sir? The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Thank you for your assistance. Please take the opportunity to speak with the various delegates. Having an understanding of the position...
The Federation's position is quite clear. We believe the only way to safeguard the future of the Alpha and Beta Quadrants is for all of the galactic powers to behave as reasonable entities and work together to oppose those...
The Xindi are here to support Admiral Tuvok's call for cooperation. We know what tragedies befall a people who are being manipulated by outsiders, as we once were. The Undine's lies and manipulation remind us of the Sphere Builders, whose deceptions led us to make one of the greatest mistakes in our history. There are 5 races on my world. We all know reaching a consensus can be difficult.
I sincerely hope that the Federation is not wasting our time here. If your presentation is to explain the threat posed by the Undine, let...
Thank you for the invitation. Starfleet certainly knows how to organize their meetings on a grand scale. I trust that the Republic will be able to take a leadership role in... Yes, the Undine. Very interesting. My security advisors have been looking over the data, and we are all very curious to hear what you and Admiral Tuvok have to say on the matter.
You've spoken with representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
We are almost ready to begin. Will you complete the final preparations for the conference while I speak?
It seems the time has come.
I was just going. Don't rush.
Oh, yes, I will take my seat.
I suppose we can begin.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
The Undine represent a clear and present danger to not only the Federation, but also the Klingon Empire and Romulan Republic. The damage done here by a mere handful of ships is clear evidence for the need for cooperation.
With respect, Admiral, the Romulan Republic is quite capable of leading exploration and security measures here, just as we have led efforts to secure the Solanae Sphere. My militia...
I find it interesting that the Federation suddenly has concerns about the Undine now. Where was the Federation when the Empire discovered Undine infiltrators in the Alpha Quadrant? Or is the Federation only interested now the Undine threatens something you want?
Given the exceptionally complicated nature of such
Ambassador, given what we now know, that was a mistake. The Empire recognized the Undine threat years ago. We didn't.
You admit you are wrong?
The evidence provided by Admiral Tuvok and his team is sound.
Thank you, Captain Sean. However, dwelling on past mistakes will not solve the problems of the present.
Our fleet stands ready to protect both spheres from the Undine.
The Undine can wait. We have more important business to discuss. Who owns this sphere? I represent a consortium of businessmen on Ferenginar. We are prepared to invest significant venture capital into transforming this sphere into a vacation destination to rival Risa. I have a proposal of $500,000 of... What's that?
Tuvok to Voyager. Report.
A massive fleet of Undine vessels just appeared from a rift. They're setting a course for the gateway.
The Undine? What do they want?
Unknown. Drop to Lisette. Track their course.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. We're receiving a distress signal from Earth's space dock.
Sean to Federation Fleet. Red alert. Prepare for immediate departure.
The Federation is our enemy, but the Undine attack like assassins in the night.
We will crush the Comic-Coup!
A significant Undine force is headed for the Sol system. We must stop the Undine from breaching... Species 8472 is already below Earth space dock. Once we are through the gateway, we must render assistance as soon as possible. I am picking up several distress calls from across the system. Curious. Negative. The subspace relay booster network appears to be offline. I am reading Undine ships attacking Earth space dock, as well as attacks...
Agreed. Enterprise will clear the area around the lunar colonies.
Fine.
Enterprise present course.
Earth's space dock is taking severe structural damage. If we do not hurry, Earth's space dock may be destroyed.
Undine hunting parties on Earth's space dock. There are Undine ships attacking key sites across the quadrant. Our ships are responding to everything they can, but we're stretched thin. When the Undine arrived here, they damaged every ship in the system, hit the...
I've received orders from New Romulus. In light of this situation, the Lisette is being recalled to defend...
The boarding parties on Earth's space dock should be our main concern. The Undine will be attempting to cripple Starfleet operations. Earth's space dock has sustained severe damage from multiple Undine boarding parties. We must locate Admiral Quinn. The most expedient path to the Admiral's office is through those doors. Our mission objectives are clear. We must ascertain the whereabouts of Admiral Quinn and expel all Undine boarders. Teams...
Everything hurts. What? I don't... What? The windows! They came through the windows, walking on the hull. I don't know.
Indeed. I can initiate a mind meld. It will calm him, and I will be able to learn. My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts.
I'm feeling better now. Thank you. The Undine, yes. They just appeared in close orbit.
There is more going on with these boarding parties than mere Phaser, we need to manually activate the fire suppression systems.
I thought Earth's space dock would be a quiet assignment.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
Admiral Tuvok, I'm gonna help hold this position. I'm not much of a soldier, but I can make repairs and help keep this area clear of Undine.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
I'll stay here. Good luck.
shape-shifting nature of species 8472 makes them a dangerous foe. We will have to proceed with caution to avoid being caught unaware again. Perhaps we can establish more reliable communications by directly linking to the Starbase's internal systems. I will cover you.
Who is this? Communications are damaged. One moment.
Admiral, what?
I'm pinned down in my office with Egan. We've been trying to get internal comms and sensors working.
The Undine boarding parties appear to have some goal in mind, but we are unsure as to what it might be. Stay alert for more imposters. There are still more Undine on the station. I can feel their anger. The way is blocked. There may be an alternate route on the upper deck. Admiral Quinn and Commander Egan are below. The Admiral appears to require medical treatment. It is agreeable to see you, Admiral.
Resistance Starfleet has offered is unexpected. That being said,
the weak will perish. And you are weak.
He is tapping the bioship's power.
Wasn't Undine? That would explain what happened to our defense grid. He would have... Dang it. It's hard to believe. He attacked me mentally, led everyone into a trap. I couldn't stop him. We have much to consider. There may be... Tuvok! What's going on? Can you hear me? Tuvok!
Tuvok! Hello, Tuvok. Egan was too weak. He spent too much time among humans. He served his purpose, and you will be far too late.
Too late for what?
Your quadrant will fall. The weak will perish. This dimension will be cleansed, purified of infestation. Your efforts are meaningless. I know your thoughts, Tuvok.
Indeed, Doctor. But I have taken advantage of this connection to look into your mind as well.
What?
I understand now what your plans are. You will not succeed.
You can't stop us. Tuvok! Tuvok!
Admiral Tuvok! Admiral!
Diversion. This was all a diversion.
What do you mean?
Kronos. Their real target is Kronos. Come. Kronos may not have much time. The Federation and the Empire have been at war for far too long. We have arrived in the Kronos system. At this time, the ruins of Praxis are concealing our arrival from the Undine, the Klingon homeworld defense fleet.
Just 2 Federation ships? 2? Where is the end of...
The Romulans have promised additional aid, as has Starfleet Command.
Words are meaningless. Deeds show the true heart of a warrior. Show...
That was only a small force. The rest of the Undine fleet will not be so easily defeated.
Are you afraid, Vulcan?
The Romulan Republic has made commitments to its allies. We are here to honor them.
Think of it as an increase in your opportunities to die with honor.
My apologies for
active. We brought a few friends.
below 75%.
Is that thing?
The Undine have brought a large craft through a quantum singularity.
They're powering up weapons!
The Undine have a new planet killer!
Target that ship, and fire all weapons!
No effect! They're too strong!
Voyager has one nanite torpedo remaining from her time in the Delta Quadrant. Such devices proved effective against the Undine in the past. Tactical, Fire when ready.
They took some damage, but the planet killer can still fire. I can get the Aquarius into firing position above her and exploit the opening in her shields, but someone will need to keep the Undine distracted.
Weapons are offline. This is our only chance. Setting the Aquarius on a collision course.
Acknowledged. Do we have Sean's coordinates?
Getting locked now, sir. He did it, sir. The planet killer has been destroyed.
Tuvok to Allied fleet. Stand down. The Undine are retreating. Captain Sean.
Transporter room. Did you get him?
We have... Captain Sean to Admiral Tuvok. Permission to come aboard?
The Klingon High Council wishes to discuss the most recent developments. We have been invited to transport direct... There are many here who have seen the danger Species 8472 presents with their own eyes for the first time. Thank you for your assistance in protecting both Earth and Quono. Now we must have the courage to compromise for the greater good. In its way, that can be more difficult than waging war. The formalities will begin soon.
That was a close one, but I'm fortunate Voyager transported me off the ship at the last second.
You have shown your true nature today. Worf was correct. There is honor. I remember you from the Gateway activation. You fought...
I served in Starfleet, and now I serve the Empire. There are many on both sides of the current conflict for whom I have deep respect.
Our people come from a culture of deception and division. We've rejected our past in favor of open alliances. Perhaps it's time for the...
A true peace may not be on the table yet, but I hope we can at least broker a lasting armistice. But first, we celebrate today.
My people have respected the Federation ever since our first encounter with your famed Captain Kirk. I have advised Chancellor Jimpunk that the Gorns support the idea of a seat.
Earth and Kronos are safe, and the Romulan Republic is pleased to assist its allies. I just wish my father could see all of...
The 5 races of the Zindi once tried to exterminate humanity. But through the efforts of a few people who were willing to change, we put aside our weapons and were...
You fought well for some. Many fine warriors have earned their places in Stovacor today. They died with honor, fighting one of our most formidable enemies. The Undine brought the battle to our very threshold. The fine warriors standing before me pushed them back. Let us honor our sacrifices and our accomplishments by ending...
Of the Milky Way, you have come further than we expected, but still you chase our shadows.
We are not here to impress you, demon! We stand united, and there is no one who can...
We give you a single warning. Do not attract our attention again. That was the reason we need to work together. It's time for our feud to end.
Agreed. From this day forward, all hostilities between the Empire and the Federation will cease.
The Iconians use servitor races and other species to do their fighting for them. Species A472 has been an unknown catspaw of the Iconians for some time. This time, however, the Undine were defeated, and it was our combined strength that allowed us to prevail. Thousands of years ago, the Iconians were defeated by an alliance of races. I predict their ultimate aim has been to prevent such an alliance from happening again. There have been periods in our combined history when the Federation and the Empire have not been at war, but they have not been allies either. This may be the beginning of such a time. It will be up to us to determine what happens next. With time, we may even restore the alliance that came out of the Khitomer Accords. Voyager will return to the Delta Quadrant. There is much to do there, and the Jenolan Sphere will need to be protected from...
Congratulations, Admiral.